All right, so welcome to the East Kentucky Tournament Trail Podcast. It is officially March Madness. Not just in a basketball sort of way, but, that for us all means that it's time to get the bass boat out of the garage and, tie some lures on. And, it's that time of year. So this is my favorite time of year. Today, the time changed. And, the time change to me just kind of signifies what's coming. It's absolutely my favorite time of year. Joined tonight by Tim McDonald, Mike Burchett, Brian Allen, and Chris Ferguson. So, we just wanted to start off tonight, and we wanted to talk East Kentucky Tournament Trail right out of the gate, Brian. Go to the Facebook page, follow the Facebook page, but why is it important if you're going to register that you do that this week, Brian? Get us started there.
Well, the excitement's in the air, buddy. This coming Saturday, March 19th, is our first tournament of the season. And the East Kentucky Tournament Trail was set up, like the big boys. You must absolutely be registered to fish this trail before blast off Saturday morning at Douglas. And this coming, like I said, this comes Saturday, the 19th, Douglas Lake down at Dandridge, Tennessee is our first tournament. And we set it up like that to prevent us going down there a different time of year or whatever. And like I've always said, one of our guys, there's people here knows all kinds of guys on tour and stuff and locals. It prevents that showing up and out the foe in the boat with somebody and just running it. And the way we do it, you got to be signed up, registered before the season starts. You fish against the field that is already signed up. So that's kind of how we do it.
Yeah, I love that rule, and I've heard of a lot of guys, this year talking about fishing, but I do think we need to hammer that home. If you are going to fish East Kentucky Tournament Trail this year, regardless of that, you got to send, is it $100, Brian?
Yeah, $100 application fee that pays for you and your partner. And we went back this year to 2 alternates. So that $100 takes care of your team. And
yes,
so
well, hopefully Mike has already sent ours in and paid the $100. I mean, I kind of bank on him doing that and taking care of his partner like that. But are we registered, Mike, or are we that guy? We're giving the public service announcements to ourselves here.
We will be about 6 o'clock Saturday.
I like it. Hey, look here. Hey, you're not alone. We probably got, this year, I've had the most mailed in to me. We're, I think, approaching 40 teams. Sweet. And I've already got messages and stuff from guys. So we're, I've always wanted that 75 boats or 75 teams. And, that way you guarantee each event you're around 50 boats. But we have fabulous participation in our events. I think we average 38 boats per tournament. It's a fantastic field. If you want to learn something about fishing,
sure.
Fish this, because believe me, I'm 45 years old and I learn a bunch every year.
And we all know you're going to have a sack to beat Chris Ferguson and Kyle Saturday at Douglas Lake. I'm just saying.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
Jinx right there.
No, I wouldn't do that way, Chris. I swear. No, I mean, I can't wait. It is absolutely my favorite time of year. I love Douglas Lake. I love the schedule this year. I think it gives us opportunity to be at a lot of the right lakes at the right time. One of the things that I'll say, Brian, we were talking about this before we went live, and all of us are this way. We all have other responsibilities outside of, going and chasing fish. And one of the great rules that I think East Kentucky Tournament Trail has is the fact that you only have to fish 4 events, correct, Brian, to qualify for the Classic?
Yes, sir, that's correct. 4 events get you in the Classic. And
is there 7 total events?
I think we've got 8 events and 8. A Classic.
Gotcha.
Yes. Yeah,
so you only have to fish 4.
You only have to fish 4, and in that 4, if you need, you can buy 2 tournaments. So, at the end of the day, really, if you wanted to join us at the Classic in Chickamauga this year, you could fish 2, buy 2 if need be. show up to the classic, fish. And last year was our biggest classic ever. I think we had close to 30 boats, 35 boats or something. But anyway, our classic pot last year was like $16,500. So it was nice.
You know, and Tim, we talked about this. You know, you've got a high school tournament that first weekend. No, I'm sorry, that's the casting for kids. You've got the high school.
Well, I have one this first tournament too. We have one on Cumberland 19th.
So I mean,
high school fishing is going to hit me and Bryce or Jenny or whoever my alternate may be, but it's going to hit us some. But we'll get enough to get ourselves to the classic. Good Lord willing.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, and I'm excited to follow those boys. I give Double E a shout out. You know, we had 6-7 inches of snow here today, and Ethan Elliott went out and caught him a 4-pounder on Dewey today. So I always thought that'd be cool, you know, to have those big fish pictures in the snow in the background. So, you know,
that's right.
You got, and Bryce has been wearing out the crappie because he texts me some pictures. So,
yeah,
you know, I mean, those
they're ready. They're ready to go catch some, and fishing on Cumberland's extremely good. Hopefully we can get over there and get on the right pattern. I hope.
Good deal. And Chris, you know, this is a busy time of year for you for a lot of reasons, but one of the reasons is casting for kids. And the week after East Kentucky Tournament Trail, we're back at Douglas Lake, correct? So just kind of give us a rundown of what you got coming up and how people can register for that event.
Well, thanks for having this tonight, Jason. And I want to give a shout out also, not only to you for doing a good job of this, but for Brian Allen, the East Kentucky Trail. I tell you, the East Kentucky Trail and the anglers in it it's a lot of fun and most competitive group of guys you will find anywhere. I mean, flat out can catch them, and it makes everybody better, and it's always a lot of fun. And Brian's done a great job with that. Brian, hats off to you, and it's a good thing. But yeah, next not this one coming, but after the East Kentucky Trail on the March the 26th, we're going to kick off down at Douglas Lake our Casting for Kids year, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And what it's going to do is it's going to hit perfect on timing of Douglas Lake is setting up because Douglas is murky right now, got a lot of good color down there last weekend, and shad is setting up right. There are going to be a lot of fish that's caught. And I've told a lot of guys on the phone and talking and messaging, I said, guys, someone will win this tournament that don't even know they're on these fish between 1:30 and 2 o'clock. And I said, that's what's coming. And I said, you could probably, blow this thing out between that last hour in the day and not even know you're on them. So that's going to be the good thing about March 26th on Casting for Kids. We went down last weekend, Rick Daniel helped me, and we put 230 some entry forms on windshield wipers. And I drove to Cherokee, went to Morristown tournament, went all over it, went to Douglas. We worked really hard, stopped by Bucks and Bass with Travis. We've got a lot of entry forms out down there. You can register online at casting4kids.net. You can sign up online. We're at 60 boats right now. We've got a lot of room to get a lot of guys in here to fish and ladies also, a lot of anglers. And we welcome the fact that we can get this momentum going and get a good full field, because the money to this is set aside that we're going to help Corbella Shrine Club in Knoxville. Well, the temple, Corbella Temple in Knoxville, Tennessee. And then also we've got set aside for September the 23rd that we're going to take a big escort to Lexington Shriners Children's Hospital, and we're going to present a check down there from all these tournaments combined to give to the hospital. That's why we're doing it. That's the reason behind it. And, it's took us 8 years in Kentucky to get built up. We're blessed and fortunate to have our big tournament trailer. I will add to you right now and tell you that about 4 a.m. tomorrow morning, we've got a new tournament trailer, a 48-foot long, going to Nashville, Tennessee to TN Wraps that's going to be fully wrapped and back here on Wednesday. And there's the best story ever was behind this. I met Jeff Stanford 4 years ago, and he wanted to do something then special. He had lost a granddaughter. Well, Jeff Stanford, the owner of 10 Wraps, is wrapping free of charge a 48-foot tournament trailer, and the material on the sides of it. The man done a phenomenal job, and I'm excited to even announce that here tonight.
That's awesome.
Eastern Kentucky, Tennessee is. I mean, my hats off is to TN Wraps, Jeff Stanford for even doing something like it would be $10,000 a wrap, and to have him volunteer to do that and think of us here in Eastern Kentucky. I mean, it gets me every time thinking about it, how humbled I am that the guy would step up and do that.
That's awesome. Fabulous. That is fabulous.
That's great.
You know, and I think the schedule, you know, having East Kentucky, then the casting for kids on Douglas, you know, the schedule back to back. I mean, it has to benefit you a little bit in terms of if you fish both events.
Well,
go ahead, Brian.
All I was going to say was I've always tried to do that for two reasons. Number one, I'm at that stage where I get zero practice time, and that would have been my opportunity to participate and practice our tournament, and then the following Saturday fish Chris's. But this year it just don't work out.
Absolutely.
With my kids' schedule. But the other reason is, and I don't know if I ever told him this, but it gives Chris a chance to go fish a tournament because, you know, the next Saturday, I promise you, you ain't never seen somebody work so hard from daylight to dark is running these casting for kids. And, you know, I would tell everybody, and I have told people before, if you sign up to fish it or you're thinking about it, you know, we can't compete in that. Get the compete part out of your head. Sign up. My son, Brady Thomas, we had to take him the first 2 years of his life to Shriners, and had some work with his foot. He runs and plays sports. They're fabulous, fabulous people. So support Chris, support the tournament, sign up, just have a good time and go fishing.
And you know that's $10,000 to the winner, right, Chris? $10,000.
Yeah.
That's casting4kids.net, and you can sign up online. You can pay your entry fee. You can get all that done over there and get registered for that event. Now, so coming up next weekend, that's March 19th, correct on my dates, right? First East Kentucky Tournament Trail event. The following weekend, March 26th, is that first Casting for Kids event on Douglas. And, you know, you can get on, like we said, the Facebook page, East Kentucky Tournament Trail. You can print the form out. You know, you can get all the information you need for the trail there. And again, one more time, casting4kids.net. You can register there online for that event. But, you know, one thing we wanted to do was tonight was just to give everybody somewhat of an update. You know, so one thing I wanted to do just kind of quickly was, you know, maybe just bounce around the room and talk about, you know, the F1 project, what we've done, what we've got going. You know, I know on my end, we've got tomorrow, we're fortunate we're going to meet with biologist Stephen Barden from the Major League Fishing. We're going to talk about using swabs because none of us are biologists to do fin clippings. And, you know, that's the best, I guess, most cost-effective way for us to gather some genetic data on our local bass population. We talked about, I know, kicked it around, just potentially maybe doing that with East Kentucky Tournament Trail, maybe even Casting for Kids, just grabbing some swabs on those bigger fish. I know you see Major League Fishing doing that, you know, at their events, you know, when somebody catches a big fish. So, you know, hopefully to continue with our F1 project, that's something we can do. We've also got another meeting with SOAR, which is shaping our Appalachian region. That's an extension of Hal Rogers' office. We're going to meet with them on a Zoom call at the end of the month. And, you know, SOAR's 4 projects like this, to my understanding, guys. So, you know, we're hopeful. We got our fingers crossed. We did have a meeting, Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, that was delayed. We hope that's going to be rescheduled, you know, and hopefully we can meet with the commissioner again. But, you know, just kind of bouncing around the room, I feel like we have momentum I feel like, you know, and Brad Atkins, you guys know Brad. He was the fishing coach, I think, at Moorhead, and Brad fishes a lot of big events. But Brad said, you know, you guys have already you've presented the argument, you've won the case. You know, let's go. What are we going to do? So, you know, just kind of talk about, guys, some of the struggles and the things that we have to get done to get this done.
Yeah. Well, from my perspective, I was down there at fishing a tournament at Del Hollow. Out of the blue, guys that I honestly did not even know that recognized my name came up to me and said, "How's the F1 project at Paintsville coming?" The word's out there. People are talking about it, and it's exciting. And in that event, a 910 was weighed in on Del Hollow, which is the biggest fish I've seen in quite a while down there. And I promise you, that fish probably came from Chickamauga and was released in Del Hollow.
That's where I feel too.
If it's not an F1, I'll be badly fooled, because the way it was shaped and the way it looked, it's definitely not a northern strain. So it's either a Florida, and it didn't look like a Florida to me. It looked like an F1. So, you know, I think people are excited, and people are hearing about it now. If we can just get the state to get behind us and either allow us to do it or get on board with us doing it, and keep the bait population that we're going to need in the lake, and the stocking program that we're laying out, I think it's achievable. It's not something that's going to break the bank, and I think it has a lot of potential. So,
Mike, how you feel about the F1 project? You know, what we got going on there?
The F1 project it's just such an amazing opportunity for our area. You guys have led the way with it. Just like Tim says, there's so much momentum behind it. People are excited. Little investment, I think, yields huge rewards for our area if this goes like we think it'll go. I don't think people can grasp what fishing brings. We know we go to Gunnersville, we go to Chick. We know what it's like you take a week off, go to Gunnersville, and it's a Tuesday, and they're lined up to get on the ramp. And we know how much money we spend. People will drive here. We would drive anywhere if we thought we could catch fish. And I just think this opportunity it's going to be amazing. I think it's going to go, whether we do it and they help us, however we end up doing it. I just think it's going to change a lot of people's opinion and show people what's possible. And it's going to, I think it's going to change fishing in a lot of areas.
Brian, F1 project, how you feel about it?
Well, of course, I'm behind it, and I love it. I think having SOAR involved is a huge, huge step. SOAR is all about creating these little economic engines for our area. And the F1 deal, just like Mike said, we'll go and travel. And to me, the way you got to look at it is a smaller scale. I think our lake's not the size of the Chicks and the Gunnersvilles and stuff, but it could still have the same type of economic impact for our area. Absolutely. I mean, it absolutely could. And I really hope my wife don't watch this video. We start talking about how much money we spend on fishing.
Mine calls it professional gambling. So, Chris, F1 project, how you feel about it?
I love it. I think it's just I think it can work successful here due to the high drill that's out in Paintsville, that's deep out there around an island. The structure, I think, excuse me, it can use like an aquarium, so to speak, that can structure them, hold them, and set them up. I do think that we got to get together and set us up a time and meeting to get a habitat like they had talked in the meeting. I think we've got to all come together and get us, and we talked about doing that. We're going to do it. I feel we got to do that. I think that our meeting has been set up for around the first week or two, the first 2 weeks of April. So that's what I remember him telling me. So it's working on having our spot back with the commissioner. the good thing is I do have a contact now to call him direct. So I'll reach out to him tomorrow morning, and I want to invite him to the Casting for Kids pre-tournament meeting. And that way we could all get him over there and tie him down the corner and say, hey, look,
let's do it. I'm with you.
So that's the reason why that I want to, he, as of right now on the text I just got back from the judge, he said he don't have a confirmation yet, but we're looking at April the 5th of having her meeting with him again. So we're waiting on confirmation with him there.
And like Chris said, we're going to do the habitat. We're going to get that done. Maybe a Sunday in the coming month or 2 months is the best day for us to do that. We're all going to put our heads together as far as the schedule goes and try to figure out, what works. We are going to press to stock some bluegill. To my understanding, it wouldn't be good to stock those fish right now. Maybe, in a end of May, 1st of June scenario is kind of what we're shooting for. But, like we said, we'd love to press them to get some bluegill, and, the forage base worked on just a little bit, and I guess continually worked on is going to be a part of that. Fertilities are something we're working on. We're gathering that data, but as far as that goes, I think we have great momentum. We're going to get something done, and we'll keep you updated. You can follow my fishing page to find that information, and pretty much all of us, we're going to share that information out there and, let you know where we're at. But we appreciate you watching tonight, guys. And, be sure to go register for East Kentucky Tournament Trail and Casting for Kids on castingforkids.net. Thanks for watching. Good luck this fishing season.